Hi, Genki Call here, and it is the week of November 1st, 2021. We are in Pride Lands this week, and for the Soulforge, we have got something really significant in here that I'm going to get to in just a bit. But first, the big news is that the Arachnean Weaver is still half price for this week. That is huge because we have a vault weekend this weekend. That means that you can spam the Nomapaloozas to get lots and lots of vault keys. Use those vault keys to get some diamonds so that you can get the Arachnean Weaver. It's one of my favorites in the game as far as mythics go. Super useful. I'll add a link to my Arachnean Weaver mythic spotlight at the end of this video so that you can check that out if you want. And it's just fantastic troop. So if you can get together the 2,000 diamonds, absolutely recommended. Oh, that is not all, though. There's more. Let's get through all of the troops first, and then I will let you know what all of that's about. So these are all out of order because I can actually afford to get a mythic this week if I choose. However, we'll get to that in a minute. So Dracos is a legendary. Silent stun and drained mana from an enemy. What troop has 34 mana? No troop has 34 mana. Anyway, drain mana from an enemy with a 25% chance to destroy them. This seems to hit a lot more often than 25%, at least on the AI's part. But anyway, decrease a random enemy's magic by 2 on 4+ gem matches. That can really add up, and that will reduce the purple number on their card. That is an indication of their magic. So, it's a good troop. I only use it during events, basically. We're going to skip over the mythics for the moment. We've got King Solenus from Pan's Veil, and he does splash damage to an enemy boosted by wild folk allies, steal 1 magic from all enemies affected by my spell, then burn all enemies. So the burn is nice, but the best thing about King Solenus and what I use him for myself is this 50% mana start for wild folk allies. So I like to use this with Queen Beatrix and Pan and use Bard class to get 50%. It's just nice and fast, and I rarely cast with him, but he's there for that 50% mana start. Ursula is another legendary. This one is from Urskaya. You know, scatter damage isn't that powerful. However, it is boosted by enraged allies, and you can have the entire team enraged if you're using, for instance, King. It starts with an M. It's another Urska, another legendary from Urskaya. King Mikhail, thank you. If you're using King Mikhail, he will enrage a random ally upon match 4. So if you can get all of them enraged as a ×8 boost ratio, that's going to help a lot. But, kind of underwhelming as far as mythics. I'm sorry, not a mythic, legendaries go. But useful in events. I'm so sorry, I can't think. Delahan, you should have just gotten a copy of him this last week during our Halloween event. So I don't know if it's even worth going over, but I have never used him and I will never use him because he may kill your ally and he may kill an enemy. You just never know. So I've never used him because of that. And there may be some reason that this would be fun. I just not sure what it is. But personally, not interested. And plus, I just got a free copy. And I think that is it for the legendaries. Yes, it is. So let's talk about the mythics. Wolfgaric. I want this mythic myself. I need it. I want it. I'm not going to craft it. So, give 2 attack and magic to allied wargear when matching 4+ gems. We've got some nice immunities here. Do a a little bit of damage to an enemy boosted by Wargear allies. That is a ×4 boost ratio, so that helps a bit. And if the enemy dies, devour a random enemy, which, ooh, I like that. Of course, it's not going to work if they're immune to devour, but still, I like the idea of the troop. I don't have him. I cannot recommend him because I have never actually used him. Most people that I have talked to about this particular troop agree that it's not a great troop. I still want it, but I'm not going to spend 4,000 diamonds on it personally. Then we have Infernus. This is another troop that I would like to have. He does splash damage to 2 random enemies and explodes some gems. Even if he's webbed and has 0 magic, he's still going to explode those gems, which is always nice. And then burn all enemies on 4+ gem matches. That can be really useful if you're using Fireblade or you have a troop that does double or triple damage to burning enemies. So I want this troop. I really want this troop, but I'd like to have Obsidius more, so I'm going to save my diamonds personally. If I were to craft something this week, I would go for Infernus, maybe, because there is another one down here that I absolutely adore. I'll come back to Ishtar in a moment. I love the Scourge of Honor. He is great for quick delves. He is great with High King Iron Gut because he not only diseases a random enemy, he curses and diseases a random enemy on match 4s. And that means that if there is an enemy that is immune to devour, High King Iron Gut can then devour him. So Curse is really strong. It also removes every positive status effect that a troop may have on it. So if they're submerged, that goes away. And this is why I really like having something with me that can curse when I'm doing delving, especially with High King Iron Gut. And he does do true damage to all enemies. He gets back mana for each cursed or diseased enemy with a ×2 boost ratio, and since every match 4, the only problem with this troop is that he has no board control, but that's why I like to use him with Queen Beatrix. Get lots of match 4s, so anyway, love this troop, love this final trait. This is his crowning glory right here, in my opinion, but he is fun to use, and I love that about him. Ishtara is one of the dragons, obviously, from Dragon's Claw, does damage to all enemies, create 9 yellow gems boosted by blessed allies. So if you have all 4 of your allies are blessed, there's a 1-to-1 boost ratio, so that means you can get an extra up to 4 extra yellow gems. Still, she does have a 50% chance to bless a random ally when the turn begins. Bless is going to remove any negative status effects. So if you have somebody that's cursed, or if you have somebody that's stunned, or you have somebody that is death marked, it will remove that. Plus, reduce damage from skulls by 40% is nice. And then, little extra boost to random skill points. So, of the troops in here, I would say if you're going to craft anything, get Arachnean Weaver if you don't have it. Period. However, if you have Arachnean Weaver or you're just not interested in having it, I would say either Infernus or Scourge of Honor, depending on what your plans are in the game and what sounds best to you. Now, the exciting part. Oh, yes! So, in the Soulforge, we have 2 excellent weapons. One of my favorites, has become one of my favorites, is the Twin Claws. I absolutely love the weapons that blow up the board and grant a random status effect to allies and summons. So this is my favorite type of weapon, and absolutely love it. It's my favorite to use with Hatir and Scroll and Forest Guardian. It's just a fantastic team that I love. I will link to that at the end of this video. So that's 2 so far that I need to remember to add. I made myself choke. Hold on. Pardon me. I need to learn how to edit so I can remove that kind of thing. But anyway, I love this weapon. If you can afford to craft it, I would absolutely recommend it. 300 diamonds plus these other resources. However, if you can only craft one weapon this week, rope dart, do whatever you have to do to get rope dart. And if you have to grind all weekend to get the vault, to get diamonds, get rope dart and Arachnean Weaver if you can, because they're just that good. So the rope dart is one of the best weapons in the game, in my opinion. You can only get it from crafting it. It takes all armor from an enemy, pulls them up to the first spot, does damage, which is basically true damage because you're taking off their armor first, and it's going to entangle them, and you get an extra turn. That's a lot. And this weapon will absolutely decimate the enemy team. I cannot tell you how many times I have been beaten because of this weapon, and you can win a battle just because of this weapon. So if you have to choose between Arachnean Weaver and Rope Dart, don't. Find a way to get both. But it's entirely up to you. You just have to weigh which thing you like. I used this up to level 400 during the faction assault this weekend. It was fantastic with my team. I just love this weapon. And I hate this weapon because it's so powerful. And I hate having it used against me. All right. Let's go over some of these other weapons in here. There are some here I would really love to have, but I'm saving my diamonds because I just want all the things. This is another type of weapon that I really like having. So it does damage to an enemy boosted by beast allies with the times 6 boost ratio. So that's an extra 24 damage if you're using 4 beasts. Then creates a mix of 6 green and yellow gems for each beast ally. I love this kind of mechanic. I might end up crafting this one. Not sure, because there are 3 like that this week. The cat's paw is another one, and it's going to do the same thing, same boost ratio, except it's boosted by Pride Lands allies. This one's Pride Lands, not beast. And it creates a mix of 6 green and red gems for each Pride Lands ally. And then I think there's one more. I think this one, which I already have. Yay! Damage to an enemy boosted by Rockshaw allies. Then create a mix of 6 red and brown gems for each Rockshaw ally. So which one of those 3 would I craft? I'm thinking the Beastly Bow. But again, if you've got the diamonds, go for Rope Dart and Arachnean Weaver first, and then think about anything else. Love the Twin Claws, but if you're never going to use a beast team, then it wouldn't be as useful to you. However, it does use purple and yellow, which is really great to use on a team where nothing else is using those colors. You can still blow up the board, and it has a summons. So, I really love this kind of weapon, so definitely recommended. Anyway, I think that is it for my Soulforge video. I will be back soon with my world event video, so stay tuned for that. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye!